Hello guys, and welcome back to another Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis video. Today's video we're going to... well, there is kind of an update that we need to talk about here, so let's go ahead and talk about it. So, let's go what we have here. So today is January the 28th, so let's go ahead and check what we have here. So remember about the DC thing that I talked about previously? Well, yep, it was indeed a Dirge of Cerberus Final Fantasy VII. We actually got a little bit the story. Here's the plot, so I don't have to do the whole situation here. 3 years after the devastation of Meteor, the dark secrets of Shinra, known as Deep Ground, is uncovered from the rubble. Vincent must now stand and face the legions of Deep Ground soldiers pouring out from the deeps of Earth. Pretty much. Even so, I'm gonna go ahead and put at the end the gameplay, because I already have the gameplay about that game, and I remember that I did that once that Vincent Valentine was a playable character, so I'm gonna let you know that. Then we got an escalation challenge, which is Arch Asshole. Who people doesn't know who Asshole is, it's one of the Deep Ground members, one of the CFs, I think it's called CFs. We're gonna talk about that later on once we go to that. And we also got, I actually like this banner, but I'm gonna talk about what is this campaign. So we have a campaign, pretty much free pulls, nothing so crazy over there. Clear missions to get character specific weapons part for 30. This is something that I very useful for who actually wants to level up, like limited break weapons, specifically for those ones. Those are kind of hard to get. You're also logging in, so you'll be able to get 300 blue crystals and also 20 weapon specific parts for each one of the characters. As you can see here, we actually have a limited wallpaper and a skin over here, which is the panel mission. And as you can see, we got a Vincent the Bodyguard, which is, I believe, one of the most canon skins that you can see from Vincent Valentine at this day. And where to get this? DC event campaign panels up to 80, and Vincent new weapon feature draw, which is 21. Okay, that's fine. Last whatsoever, we got a dungeon ranking, which is gonna coming soon, which is going to be until the next week, February the 4th. So we're gonna talk about that until the next week. So let's talk about the mission panel. So what do we have to do in the mission panel? So as you can see, perform draws, which is very easy. Very easy. 1k of stamina, synthesis materia, pretty much the basic stuff. And once you go over here, we actually get the wallpaper. As you can see, we're getting mithrilic nuts, which they should give us something much better than that, but hey, that's what it is. And what are the skins that we're actually getting here? So we go to exchange, metal exchange, I think. Is it over here, or is it in... oh, it's gear metal exchange. DC event. I'm actually surprised that they're giving us... wait a second, did they upgrade those? They actually upgraded a bit of the previous banners. I'm actually kind of surprised. Okay, but even so, it's just normal. As you can see, the... well, let's go with the updated one. So it says 2k of physical lightning damage for one use for a single enemy. Very easy and simple to say. Electro armor. Shoot. Deal 700 magical lightning damage for all enemies. Also physical defense is increased for all allies, for which is 1. Hey, that's absolutely very good. Feather style, incredibly, I don't have this Tifa skin, and they actually provided us the ability. Deals 2k of physical non-elemental damage, also physical attack is increased, high for all allies. Again, it's still actually very good. Floral Gone deals 1k of physical non-elemental damage for a single enemy, also applies amplifying heal abilities for yourself. And it's up to 1 time, and also regen is applied, which is also very good, not so bad. Glacier armor is the only one that didn't got anything. I'm kind of surprised there. Edge Wings deals 2k of magical ice damage for a single enemy. Killer Attire deals 1k of physical non-elemental damage, and also 2 ATB Gauge is also applied for your, well, allies excluding self, so it doesn't apply for this guy. And then we have the rest of the specific weapons. And I'm surprised that from all the skins that I'm seeing here, none of them I own them. Like, I don't own none of them. I'm actually kind of surprised that I don't actually got any of those. Even on the one Yeah, this is actually crazy. Is there any other skin that got reworked besides of this? I have to check of them now. But if they only... Oh, and you got the audit uniform here, so this is for you to actually get it. If they only apply only those skins, I believe that they're not gonna update any of those. I'll have to check my skins later on, but if those are the only ones, I believe those are the only ones, so I don't have anything else to say about that one. Well, at least we know that there are some skins that has been reworked. Also, there's a new season pass. This was from Sunday. As you can see, nothing so crazy than besides of the Valentine's Day that we're actually getting a Kate Sith with a Cloud over here. People who actually like Cloud and all that kind of stuff, that's cool. I didn't like the wallpaper, so I think I'm gonna pass out. Oh yeah, we got the K blue crystals because of the... I think it's because of the event that we actually got from the gold event. I believe it's because of that. Because... yeah, we got the guild battle, which is going to be into the next 2 days. It got delayed, so pretty much we didn't got any guild battles because of that, so at least they're giving us an apology because of that, which is kind of cool. Now, you already know this. Since Dirge of Cerberus, it's... they applied the... yeah, they applied the intro theme, which you actually get it. Now, fun fact, well, not a fun fact, this is just a review. This is one of the most, what the hell did Final Fantasy went onto their minds, or Square Enix went to their minds when they created this game? Because we're used to self-RPG combat and all that kind of stuff, and they went directly to the third-person shooter, which it was kind of, what? But that's fine. I don't find this story or game so kind of bad. I can consider that it's mid and it's entertaining. The only bad problem is that the game is very short, and I understand it because it's a third-person shooter. It's not one of those adventure games that we're used to get to. But whatsoever, it does uncover a little bit of story of Vincent Valentine, not all of it, but it is what it is. So let's go ahead and check about what do we have here. So we got the CF collar. This is actually for Red 13. Deals 117 magical non-elemental damage. That's very low for all enemies. Also, wind resistance is decreased. Boost magic attack, wind potency, general attack, and 2 magic attack boost. And the rest of it is just normal things that you can actually get, which is kind of cool. You got also the Arch Outsword certificate, which you're getting arrow, cross, and also faith. We actually got faith. That's cool. So simple and easy. You get the story. Once you complete the story, you're able to get a little bit of blue crystals along the way. Also in co-op, you need to defeat Arch Assel, which I'm seeing here that he's lower to win, which is kind of cool. And also we're getting a new Memoria of DC, which it looks amazing. It looks cool. It looks cool. Oh, okay. So pretty much it's all the CFs, and pretty much Vincent is like, oh, I'm going all after you. Crystalline memories of this. This was my sin, and this is my punishment. Oh, this is one of the phrases that we actually got. Max TB increase, wind potency up, and physical and magical potency up versus quadrupeds, which is it's fine. It's fine. So another Memoria that you can actually get, and we're good to go. Arch Azel is pretty much the same. As you can see, the weakness is wind, so just bring up your best wind teams and just defeat all the enemies that you can. That's pretty much simple and easy, right? Then let's go to the new banner. So as you can see, the new banner over here, which is just pretty much, we're getting approximately 31 pulls in total. Nothing so crazy that you can actually go for. So just go ahead and do it. Don't do it. Do it every single day, so you'll be able to get like free weapons or whatever. Even though it's just kind of mid or whatever, but that's fine. Yeah, like. And even so, I don't mind. It's free. You know, I don't have to get mad because of that, so we're good to go. One crazy thing that I actually got here. So as you can see, one of the banners was actually over. This is going to be over into the next week. This is also going to be over into the next week, and the rest of it, which the buried one, I think it's going to be over into the next week. Next 2 weeks, and I was able to get the skin. Actually, a fun fact that happened, or what happened here, is that I was actually very lucky. So from here, I think those were the last pulls that I have to do. I got a 3 stamp, and then I got another 3 stamp, and I was able to get the skin, so it was absolutely very good. So let's talk about the new weapon that we have. And we have another ultimate weapon for Vincent. So first of all, let's talk about the skin itself. Like I mentioned, this skin is canon. I don't think that there's anything else that I have to talk about. This was Vincent before he was actually when he faced the emo state. I'm gonna call it emo state because pretty much he faced his punishment, then he got immortal. I don't know if he's immortal or anything like that, but he went through experiment through Hojo, which is the one who actually experimented also with Sephiroth. He was considered a failure, and because of what happened into the other things that happened on the Final Fantasy era, he said that, you know what, I'm just gonna go inside of my coffin and everything, it's alright, right? So he escaped his fate, but then Cloud encountered him, and that is like, hey, stop your emo phase, I'm also emo, we have to go ahead and defeat Sephiroth. And that is where Vincent just continued the story whatsoever. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about the weapon whatsoever. So it's Transgressor. When damage, deals 600 physical when damage for a single enemy. Also applies physical weapon boost ability damage for 20%. For himself, when HP is 70% or more, applies exploit weakness, physical attack, when potency, physical, and sigil boost for triangle. And also you have the skin, which it deals 200 in physical wind damage for a single enemy. Also wind damage is increased for himself. And you're getting boost wind potency for all allies, which it says 15% of wind damage, and Audit, which provides wind ability damage for 30%, attack command gauge max, physical ability for 20%, and HP for 15%. Pretty much it's just like a wind buffer for Vincent, which is kind of cool, I'm not gonna lie. And we also have the new ultimate weapon, which is called Formalhaunt. Deals 200 physical, magical, non-elemental damage for a single enemy. Also applies physical damage bonus for himself. Okay, I do see here for himself effect. When using physical ability, deals a bonus damage equal to 40% of the damage dealt. Applies magical damage bonus also for himself. Same situation for the physical one. And also haste is applied for all allies. Increase limit gauge for 100%. So pretty much you're just getting the ultimate right now, which is kind of cool. Now on its maximum phase, you get boost elemental potency Arcanum, which provides 30% of all elemental damage for all allies, and weapon boost for interruption. So I never understand this. So it says apply physical weapon boost and magic weapon boost for all allies while interrupting an enemy. Okay, I understand. So interrupting an enemy means that when the enemy charges and you need to use the triangle, circle, and the cross to interrupt damage, that is where this damage to all allies applies while interrupting an enemy. So as you can see, it provides a 40% of physical magical weapon ability damage for 30 seconds, extension for 30 seconds. So pretty much when you interrupt the enemy, you just go on in and you're pretty much good. So that's pretty much all. If I want to pull or not pull for this banner, I really want to. I'm kind of a little bit drained because of the sack banner. This is one of the banners that I haven't pulled. I haven't pulled any banners for sack except for the limit breaker one that happened in 2 years, and it's really outdated. So the sack one was understandable. Vincent, I haven't pulled for any Vincent banner as well. This is going to be over until the end of February, so pretty much you have a whole month to go ahead and do that. Yes, because we're in the time where February is the 28th, so that means that February only has 28 days. I know that for a fact that in February there's one day that you can actually get, which is 29th. I remember living one of those, but I don't remember when that happened. I think it happened 2-3 years ago. I don't remember. But yet again, you have the whole month of February to actually get this the skin and the weapon. To be honest, I want to get the skin, but considering that I don't have any like arsenal weapon options for Vincent, I don't know if I have to level up the weapon or not. I have to check my things though. And also, if you save a little bit of the the chocobos, of the premium tickets that you get from the escalation challenge. That also works. And from my understanding, let me check one more thing because I want to see how is the stamps here. Okay, so depending on the amount of pulls that you're getting, you're actually getting the weapon, you're also getting the skin, and you're also getting the gears. The gears is something very, very specific, so you can actually get the skins that we just checked previously, which are the rework ones. But to be honest, I think I'm not interested in any of those skins. Even if they got reworked or updated, I'm not interested in none of those, to be honest. But if you want to pull, or if you already have the skins, congratulations, you just got some updated skins. And pretty much I hope they can do that later on in the future. So we got the banner, and we also have this pay to win banner, which, what's the difference? Okay, you're just getting a lot of like weapons, so that's the difference. So it's up to you if you want to pay for weapons or if you actually want to do this one. But here's one thing that I actually want to check here. Does it worth it because of the wish list? This is one of the things that I don't want to pull for the banner, because who in the hell and earth wants to pay to win just because of repeated weapons that you already have or you can actually get from the normal ticket banner? You know what I'm actually trying to point here, right? Like, all of the weapons that I have here, I have a 90% because it's most of them. For example, I don't have the sack weapon level up at maximum, or I don't have the Glen weapon at maximum, but every single 4 or 5 months they just update one weapon. So I don't recommend you to pull for it unless if it's just like, hey, you can just get it from the wish list over here. So normally in the wish list, or you can get RNG. So it's more weapons, but for people who are whales or anything like that in this game, it doesn't worth it. I don't know why Square Enix wants to do that, but I guess money. I don't know. Yeah, I think that's all, guys. So let's go ahead and make a quick recap here. So as you can see, we got the Dirge of Cerberus, Final Fantasy VII, Arising Crisis. Pretty much just complete the events. One more thing is that since this is considered a story quest, once that the event is over, it's gonna be changed to the story quest. What happened like in Event Children? What happened, like, you know, we got an event of Event Children a couple of months ago, and once that the event was over, it was switched to story because it's pretty much part of the story of the chronology. Anthology, I think it's called Anthology of Final Fantasy VII, so it's considered like that. So once that you complete it, you just go ahead, you get your blue crystals, and once that you complete the event and the event is over, it will be switched out to the story, just in case if you want a summary situation. Dirge of Cerberus, it's going to be separated on 3 parts. They're not going to give us the whole complete story like they did in Final Fantasy VII Event Children, because Event Children was a 2-hour or 3-hour movie. It's understandable, but Dirge of Cerberus, it's a little bit more complicated in the lore, so it's going to be separated in 3 parts. I don't know what is going to be the next skins, if we have a Vincent one. I'm guessing that the Yuffie one, which is the blue one, for people who doesn't know, there was an additional Yuffie skin there, and besides of the original one, and I could guess that that could be the additional skin, and I can't remember if there's any other skin that we're gonna have. Like the main characters from Final Fantasy VII did not get a protagonist on that. The skins that they used was the Event Childer one. I don't know if I can guess if there's gonna be a Sid one. I have to investigate. I'll try to see if there's any more skins, and I'll just let you know in the comments, like I did with the Nier series. So just to give you the heads up. Besides of that, just and the next week we're gonna have the dungeon ranking. So just keep in mind about that. Log in to get a lot of rewards. We got the Vincent banner, which is all about win, and the new ultimate weapon, which is all, well, if it's better than the what was the death penalty? Yeah, I think that's what the weapon was called. I don't know, but if it's better, outdated, obviously, and it provides you physical and magical more damage for Vincent, and also applies hastes and more damage when you interrupt the enemy. And besides that, you're getting all elemental damage, which is kind of cool. And just remember that in the next 2 days, the official ranking, which is all about win, like I mentioned in the previous week, we'll be able to get more blue crystals because of the guild battle. And that's pretty much it. I don't have anything else to add about here. So now, I already said about the gacha game. I don't want to go directly to more details. Genshin Impact, I'll just have to wait. Sanbai, I don't think I'm gonna be pulling for Sanbai. I don't know. If I want to be honest, I really want to save for Varka, so that's pretty much it. Honkai Star Realm, I'll post it in later on. As you can see, the new banner for Aglia arrived, and I'm just gonna post a video for that. I'm not gonna make any spoilers, but one spoiler alert that I can tell about, I didn't pull for Aglia. I pulled for something else. Senna Zone Zero. There's gonna be a new live stream on Friday. I'm not freaking interested in the idols, if I want to be honest. And I already checked the seiyus. The seiyus are since they're lolis, or since they're interpreting little girls. I didn't find any seiyu that it was interested on me, so I'm gonna skip it. I'm not gonna be pulling for the banners unless if there's a rerun banner, or rerun banner that I really want. Then maybe I'm gonna pull, but to be honest, no. And I tried to pull for Jensun Chuan again, and I lost the 50-50. And I'm like, okay, I'm guaranteed, so I'm gonna save the guarantee for something in the future. And well, Withering Waves, the next week, the update for Amath, it's gonna be in there. I already checked the teams. The healer that looks like the new shorekeeper, it's absolutely very good. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't pull for her, but I'm gonna be pulling for Amath. And I'm kind of short of supports, to be honest, but in a world, well, I have Chisa, and Chisa is gonna be one of the best supports healers for Amath besides of Monri. I think it's called Monri. I have a new playmat for that. Let me see the new. What's her name about? Give me just a couple of seconds. I need to just open the playmat. It's called Mornie. Mornie? I don't know how to pronounce it, but yeah, it's the new support that they arrive. So I'm gonna pull for Amath. Good thing that her weapon, it's not predatory. I can actually go ahead and provide her the Genesis one, which is the best weapon that for free-to-play players. And I'm going to be pulling for Amath. So another resonator. Well, I don't know. I think it's not a what's called a Sentinel resonator. It's something Exostrider. I think it's called Exostrider. What? But yeah, I'm going to be pulling that into the next week. I do have a lot of pulls, and I'm guaranteed I lost a 50-50. I went for when I was trying to pull for Linai, I lost to Rowena, and I have secured the 50-50. So I'm going to be pulling for Amath. And that's pretty much it. I don't have any other more gacha games that I have to talk about. No, not that I want to remind here. So that's all. Good luck if you're gonna be pulling for the Vincent banners. And if I sound that my voice is kind of like different, it's because I'm a little bit sick. I'm actually recovering. I'm in the recovering phases. When I get sick, at least for 1 week, I'm good. I get sick, normally sick, and then in a week, I'm actually good. Good thing that I don't take drugs or anything like that. Besides of the depression and anxiety that I have, I already have enough. So that's it. All right, guys. That will be all. And live today to see a better tomorrow. I'm sorry that I'm actually not talking very good. It's very cold here. It's very cold, and it takes a little bit to talk. I'll see you guys into the next video, and good luck if you're gonna be pulling for your Vincent pulls. Good luck, and I'll see you guys into the next video. Peace, guys.